Yeah, I think I will go for Ludens. I think this is probably my favorite Jinx build for her Constellation. Hey, Kata fan. Yeah, I went through and got all of the quests done. We got that whole quest chain yesterday, and then also the weekly quests reset. So I like blasted through pretty much all of those. I just have Chasing the Horizon. And so I was able to go through and see who I was able to get rewards for. So I was able to upgrade a couple different people's constellations. You're getting Nico's 6-star power today? Nice. Yeah, that's... It's one I've thought about getting, because I just have a whole bunch of fragments for Nico. But yeah, I'd have to buy the Nova Crystal. Hey, 40 Jace fragments isn't bad. He's a solid champion. Yeah, it's something I'm going to be working on, especially this weekend, is trying to get a Jace guide done. Alright, so for Jinx, the upgrades we've gotten, we now actually have her full 6 stars. So like we had the actual 6-star power before, but we didn't have the 5-star. So now we have that actually completed. And then we're able to get this pretty big upgrade of the damaging spells we acquire in adventures have charging sigil. So 2 extra damage, but it's essentially 4 extra damage because it gets doubled by the 6-star. We don't have this one yet, which is kind of the last major upgrade, adding more damage to our Pow Pows. Still, though, this should be pretty fun. Yeah, Jace isn't a bad champion, but if he just doesn't fit your personal preference or playstyle, that's totally understandable. You don't think Jace is good? I think he's pretty solid. I think he's definitely one that people might not like his playstyle. As far as his design, Jace is not a bad or poorly designed champion. He is pretty solid. But he has a very specific and unique playstyle, which if you don't like that playstyle, then yeah, you can definitely not like him. But as far as design-wise, he's good. Alright, so we'll grab Jinx. We have these upgrades. As far as the build we're going for, Pack Powder, really nice to get her on the board round 1 and get some scaling. Loose Cannon's Payload to immediately level her up. And then Luden's Tempest, because with the 6-star, this essentially gives us +2 damage on all of our spells and skills. How many 6-stars? We have like 3. So we have Swain, Viego, Jinx, Kaisa, and Pike actually. So I guess we have 5. We have 5 6-stars. Design-wise, he's good, but he's too niche. You can't even get cost reduction. No, but that is kind of good, because right now we have such a meta of always going cost reduction. Just no matter what, cost reduction is so powerful, you want to get that on just about anyone. So it's nice that we actually have a champion that's like, you know what? For once, we actually don't want to get cost reduction. We'd rather refill our mana and get abilities to do that it's different, which I think is important. Well, thanks for stopping by, Pix, and hey, random lurker. All right, as far as what we want to go do, we could go do Swain. Could go for one of the weekly nightmares. I think Jinx could probably blast through this. We've already done that weekly nightmare a lot as well. Could always try to see how Lissandra works. Test it on 6.5. I guess the cage match might be a little bit annoying for us. But yeah, sure. We can try it out here. Extra draw and giving us, yeah, not running out of cards when we discard. That'll be okay. All right, patch Porobot. All right, we can get rid of this. It'll be pretty nice to get to a shop and get some more cards. All right, so we can drop this here. Oh, thank you for summoning more units. I appreciate it.
Just you and me, Fishbones.
Finish weekly nightmares easily with 3-star Aurelion Soul. Nice. Yeah, Aurelion Soul, the fact that a lot of people are able to already have him makes the weekly nightmares not too bad. Like, anyone that just started playing the game, there's like a stupid little fly in here. Anyone that just started playing the game and doesn't have Aurelion Soul and doesn't have constellations or anything, they're all gonna have a bad time. I mean, it is content that's not really designed for them, so there is that, so it makes sense that they're gonna have a rough time, but that double time watch insta kill Ledros was scary though. Yeah, he never actually killed me, but just knowing he's there is pretty terrifying. I guess, yeah, we're not going to be able to end here, but 8 damage Pow Pows right now. So yeah, they're at 1 health, and we just have to wait now.
Time to move.
First big mission.
Still blasted with the 150 Nexus damage, turn 1 with 4-star Asol. Nice. Well, attacking doesn't really do anything, so we'll just pass. Yeah, this is the one time where the cage match actually matters. Sure, we can do this since it's fleeting. Yeah, until you get to the point where Aurelion Soul has the issue with, like, your created cards cost 1 more or cost 3 more. There's going to be a couple modifiers that shut you down for Aurelion Soul, but until that point, you'll be great. Oh, this is taking forever.
What can I say? I'm an adaptable guy. Yeah, I'm ready.
There's gonna be a lot of just waiting for the Nexus to die. Anytime I was clearing this before, it never mattered because the matches always went this long naturally anyways. Oh man. What's your Lillia build? There's a couple different ways you can go with her. So you can go for like Stalker's Blade. Stalker's Blade's pretty good on her. You can definitely go for Guardian Orb. Guardian Orb's pretty good. Also throwing on like an Everfrost so that you stun the strongest enemy. It normally somewhat changes based on what you're going against, what you need. If you're going up against someone that has a lot of units, you really need the removal. Yeah, let's go for Jhin. If you really need the removal, then going for a bunch of Stalker's Blades is normally the way to go. If you need more control, going for Everfrost to stun the enemy. Or if it's something where you need the extra scaling, then go for Guardian Orb. So kind of mixing between like those three different relics based on your current need for whatever adventure you're going for is generally what I do. If you're going for Guardian Orb, it's actually better to go for Echoing Spirit in one slot and then 2 Guardian Orbs. That way you're not only more likely to get your champion, but you also... Yeah, let's drop this here. But since you're going to have more of your champion in your deck, they're more likely to get hit with those upgrades. Playing Lillia with Burst Speed Dream Laden is a lot of fun. The 4-star feels a bit of a waste when you abuse double Stalker's Blade. Lillia, I think, is actually one we might be playing later. Yeah, I think I have her at like 5 stars now. So that's another one I'll be playing later.
Rules are made to be broken, like buildings or people.
Have you tried Echoing Spirit on Janna? Seems pretty good with the Swain Relic plus Plunder Relic. No, because for Epic Relics, I normally just go with like that build, but instead of the Echoing Spirit, I go for the Treasure Chest. I'm somewhat struggling with what it's called again at the moment. One where you draw a 0-cost card. Found Fortune. Yes, that one. Found Fortune is incredibly good on Janna. Being able to immediately play another cost-reduced card and give it an epic item is just so good on her that normally I run that over Echoing Spirit, but I definitely see the appeal of Echoing Spirit.
Now it's a party.
Finally got 5-star Vex. She's super fun. I wish her 6-star applied during combat as well. Yeah, that would be nice. I guess we kind of need to take things a little slow. Because we already can end, but we're going to get stopped by the cage match.
Of course I'm ready. I hope this works. Light the fuse. Beautiful, is it not?
Yeah, Vex is another one that I really look forward to upgrading. I do have 4-star Vex, but yeah, I really want to play with that 6-star. Oh, well. I need to start stockpiling my, like, fragments again, though.
Coming in hot.
Because every month we have new champions coming out, and I'm pretty low. The cage match modifier is a really unfun design. I don't know. So the good thing about it is it's again just changing up your play style, because it's making it so, okay, you can't just rush down this enemy. You have to find a way to survive. It is nice to mix things up, because normally we just try to burst through the enemy as fast as possible. So having a reason that where we have to change that is kind of nice. Would you go for a 6-star Vayne or 5-star Mana? Mana sounds more fun and reliable. The Mana is really nice for Vayne, because then you can play Vayne turn 1 consistently. So yeah, I think the Mana is probably worth picking up first and not ignoring it for the 6-star. Yeah, I went for Mana first. That being said, it's not like I had the crystal anyways. When my Barret plays a skill, copy it, sure. Let's go to a shop, see if we can get some fun. Draw a unit. I feel like that's just gonna overdraw us like crazy. Let's do one reroll here. We want to get a, oh my word, we want to get a fun like spell, but we're not really getting anything. Well, that's sad. That's pretty good though. All right, we won't bother with anything here. Spells chest, shop. Yeah, we'll go for the shop again. Maybe we get something fun like elemental winds. Yeah, this will be fine. We can kill the mirror mage round 1. Yeah, but everyone brings out their auto win champions anyways, so it's a 6.5 adventure. So you win anyways, the modifier just extends the encounters for no reason. I mean, I get where you're coming from, but I do think it's nice that they're actually trying to do something that tries to make you choose something other than just your normal auto win champions. It's something to think around and consider. It changes your build crafting and decisions. Now, yeah, if you're just playing your normal auto win champion and you're not struggling at all, and it's just making it go longer, yeah, that's a bit annoying. Also, yeah, kind of didn't realize their mirror mage was going to be this massive. That is somewhat lying. It's like, oh, a 0/8 mirror mage, but it also is going to have Black Cleaver and Focusing Crystal. Also, not everyone can bring out their giant auto win champions, because not everyone is going to have those. Probably most people here watching the stream are able to have like Aurelian Soul at least, but there are going to be people that started that aren't going to be able to.
All part of the plan. I just made up.
I think especially if this was something that, if it was like a permanent addition to the game where this was always happening, like if the Swain adventure had it can't die till turn 5, that would be more annoying. But the fact that this is just a weekly, so it kind of doesn't matter as much, I think it's not too bad.
Go get the shiny devil.
I see it as more of an issue that it really puts a lot on the powers you happen to acquire through luck, so it can be impossible or easy depending on what you roll. Yeah, but I mean, that's kind of every encounter. I think you just have to pick the right 3-star. Like, since you know you need to survive, it really pushes you for a control play style where you're going for normally going to be like a Morgana or Yasuo in order to survive that many rounds.
You best believe I don't play. Oh, shuffle buttons.
All right, let's drop our boom cruise. Not that we can actually
Of course I'm ready.
end here.
What's better than me? Lots of me.
Been really loving Jack lately. He has a really cool starting deck. Yeah, Jack is, especially if you get him to 3 stars, has a very interesting play style.
7 years. Anything else? Stick your lip out and give him puppy eyes.
All right, we'll just pass. I guess for Yasuo, it's just another Tuesday. Yeah, for Yasuo and Morgana, it's kind of funny because for them, you don't even really notice the modifier because they fit it so perfectly. So for them, that's not a problem at all.
The stage is set.
Yeah, Jack is great into certain monthlies. He's pretty much perfect.
Idiots.
Well, again, just pass.
Does Scuttler sing pre-walk songs?
Oh, GG. But yeah, Jinx is definitely not the best choice for this weekly just because she is constantly running into the wall of trying to end it before it's possible. Upgrading our Get Excited will be nice, increasing its damage. Alright, we get a fun power here. It doesn't really matter. Discard 1, 2 to an enemy, 2 to the Nexus. This will be upgraded to 4 damage, which will then go to 8 damage. So that's okay. 8 damage on 2 units. Healer. What do we want to get rid of? Yeah, I normally don't like this elusive. The Howling Abyss. This one is pretty rough. I've had it like 2 different times where they've summoned Ornn. So Ornn being played while leveled with his stats being, well, more than doubled because the Howling Abyss doubles them, but then the Deadly increases it even more. And then also I've seen them play Zed with free attack. Yeah, but Jinx should be pretty good here, just being able to try to instantly delete all of their champions.
We share the water's fortunes.
We're doing it!
Alright, let's see. What are they going to play? I guess it doesn't really matter. We're just going to still drop our Super Mega Death Rockets. Oof. That is rough. Well. Alrighty then. That's not the best. Well, if you destroy the Howling Abyss, they get it back. They have the Eye of the Aspect, so when I'm destroyed, create a copy of me in hand. It's still nice, because then they have to play the mana to play it again. But especially with them having the mana flow, you're not really going to be able to permanently get this off the map. Also, I don't think Jinx has any way to destroy landmarks. And they normally the first thing they play is the Soothsayer. So there's not too much you can do. Our damage is so much lower since we don't have Jinx on the board. That is a little sad. Alright, let's... I'm a little bit worried about if they... I thought this can target the Nexus. Oh, does it have to be the second thing? Oh, it automatically does it to the Nexus. Okay. Yeah, hopefully they don't have something else to play. Oh, my word. Well, there goes that.
Death is transient, as long as the body holds blood.
There is yet to do.
At least the other thing it's summoning isn't really that big of a deal. You never noticed they had that item? Yeah, I noticed because I've killed it and then they got it immediately back for free. Or like, yeah, they immediately had it in hand. It's like, oh, okay, so just destroying it's not necessarily the way to go.
I will showcase the beauty of tragedy.
Oh boy.
Find vengeance on my own.
Lucian with Shadow Totem. How fun. Fully heal an ally, then double its power and stats. Oh, fun. Let's play this to get rid of that spell shield.
I have prepared something for more than audience. You are the expression.
Oh, I don't really want to do the damage here. If we attack, they'll just rally. So yeah, we'll just pass for now. Oh. Shyvana, how fun. Alright, let's kill him. And let's do some damage here. Although, we kind of need to play a unit, otherwise their Callista is going to have an open attack and can just kill us. Sure, let's drop this here.
Your death has been ordained.
Alright, so we still have a blocker for Callista. Oh, man. They just have so many giant units. And so much fearsome. The good thing is, Callista only summons a follower. So at least there's that. The bad thing is, every time it resummons that unit, it just gives all of them Spell Shield again, which is so annoying. Oh, well, I think this round we can actually end, so we should be fine. Yeah, that was a little rough. Well, I had the fragments for Jinx. I didn't have the fragments for Echo. I think the double damage is fun. It's fine. Everything's fine. We're gonna get a full heal. Don't want Reckoner's Mark, but Phage will actually be nice. Ninja Tabby doesn't really matter because it's not like we're trying to end quickly, but having some extra health so we can hopefully not die would be good. Yeah, if the double damage worked on our star power, that would be very fun. Sure, we can go for Enfeebling. Epic Spells chest should be pretty fun, so let's go for Arbiter of the Peak. Yeah, I had the fragments for Jinx, and then I know that Sunny already got the 6-star Echo, and so in some regards, I like trying to have different 6-stars than him, just so that people can see more of the content. So if people want to see 6-star Echo, they can go see what he was able to do with it. It's not as interesting being like, oh, another person has, like, out of all the 6 stars, the, like, 2 bigger content creators both got the same ones. I think that's just a little bit boring. So if I have a choice and if I can generally avoid it, I'll normally try to have different 6 stars than other people making content, just so that you guys can see what they actually look like. That's the main thing I try to do, is get stuff before you guys so I can show it off to you so you can make a better decision on if you actually want to get it. Is Echoing Spirit good on Janna? It's decent. Janna is your main win condition, so making sure you have her is good. And then her champion spell is solid, and then with the Echoing Spirit, her champion spell is going to always be cost reduced, so then that can help you out a little bit more. Normally I go for other relics over it, but it works out. Fair point thing in the community, you're the best. Yeah, that's what that was kind of the final decision when I saw that Sunny already had it. It was like, yeah, let's do something a little bit different. Yeah, it's another draw spell in your deck for the Echoing Spirit on Janna. It's pretty good. Hey, how's it going today? Today's going pretty well. Went and saw someone about taxes yesterday, which is why I wasn't here. Let's actually drop this here. Yeah, but it's nice to be back and streaming, making content for everyone. Yeah, I guess let's not focus on the Nexus. I mean, it wasn't that bad because it was more just figuring out kind of what I need to be doing, just because taxes are kind of weird as a content creator. But yeah, it wasn't bad. Toast, have you heard of Light and Gaming on YouTube? Is a bunch of 6 stars. No, I have not. We can just pass. To be honest, I don't really look up a lot of other content creators for Path of Champions. Like, if I happen to see something, I'll be like, oh, I might take a look at it, but normally I'm not looking out for other content creators. Also, just, yeah, a lot of other people that are making content, normally their channels were pretty small, and so they didn't really notice. Kind of
Trust me.
pretty much the only one major person left was like Sunny. I know a lot of the other big people all left when the game switched over to PvP or got burnt out making content. So I know when I started, there was like 3 or 4 other people that were roughly the same size. They were all making content as well, but they kind of all got burnt out and quit. Which one do you think is better, 5-star Gwen or Viego? I mean, for 5-star, it's just the extra mana. I would kind of lean towards Gwen potentially, because for Viego, you have ways to get cost reduction from your like 2nd star power, so you already have some kind of built in. So I would kind of lean towards Gwen, where the extra mana would have more of an impact. But it's kind of hard to say. I feel like it's hard to say when I haven't played Gwen, but I feel like Gwen and Viego are pretty close in terms of power. And so whenever someone asks me which one's going to be better, I was like, I feel like just go whoever you prefer, because I think they're going to be pretty close. I feel like they both want 6-star, and the extra mana, they're not, and not in their interest. Yeah, I think both of the 6 stars was more impactful. Oh, you mean their 6-star power?
Strong body, strong mind.
So for Gwen, you have the bonus of being able to ramp up. I think it probably depends on what you're going against. For Gwen, if that power means you can consistently end turn 1, then that's going to be stronger. But against some opponents, you're not going to be able to end turn 1, and so having more scaling the longer the match goes on with like Viego would be better. So I think each one is going to be better in a different situation. I don't think necessarily one is just flat out better in all circumstances. But I think both of them are going to be ridiculously strong.
I can see that.
Be nice.
Do you think the Jinx relic would be viable on Vex? Found it useful in a bunch of 2 mana removal for Gloom. Yes, I have used it.
Then our show will begin.
I have used that on Vex, and it is pretty good. I got 55 Shadow Isle Star Gems and an Nova Crystal, and I'm not sure who to spend them on. Viego seems more fun, though. I think Gwen is fun, but her playstyle is too linear. I definitely feel like the Viego one is going to be more interesting to play. I think the Gwen one is probably going to get boring because you're going to be able to just drop Gwen turn 1, attack, and potentially end the game. With Viego, there's a lot more interesting things you can do. So yeah, as far as playstyle, I think Viego is probably going to be more interesting than Gwen. Gwen, even before, really had an issue where your games were super repetitive. With Viego, especially the build I use with him, where you're making a lot of different Shadow Isles cards, it does make your matches play out, or at least feel like they're playing out a bit differently. Yeah, with Gwen, it probably feels like it's always going to be the exact same. So I think they're both going to be pretty close in terms of strength. I really have fun with Viego, and I feel like I'm going to have more fun on Viego than I will on Gwen. Again, though, I don't actually have Gwen, so it is definitely some amount of speculation. I'm fine with a cheaper dancing grenade. Alright, let's see. This is always something really good to be able to do. is when you're in a shop, you can hit the leave button and you can come back, but then it lets you see these 2 nodes. So lets you check if there's another shop nearby, because that will often kind of make up your decision of, do I want to do a reroll? Do I not want to do a reroll? That can often help you out. Drain 2 from 2 enemies. This would have extra healing on it. Do we really need the healing? Yeah, let's... Okay, we won't trigger Trifarian Might often, but it's fun. Yeah, I like that. Sure. We can kind of be a little safety net, just in case. And yeah, we can do one more just to see, since we're not really going to use our rerolls anywhere else. Yeah, we're fine. Sure, let's go for the spells chest. So, Hearthguard. Just played Lillia with double Stalker's Blade and Gale Force. Crazy synergy right there. I think I came up with that, not sure though. I know people mentioned using Gale Force on her, but Gale Force and double Stalkers, I don't know if I've seen anyone mention that before. So you potentially came up with it. Let's see. Yep, that's fine. Do you know why my quests with 2 weeks and 5 days left are gone today? It was a quest for me to draw 10 cards 1 round and get a gold Bilgewater Star chest out of it. It's potentially gone because you completed it. For a lot of those quests, they're having a bug where they're not actually opening up in front of you. They're opening up in the background. And so try to check and see if you got the rewards from it. Because I know there was a bunch of chests that came out yesterday that the entire quest chain all was just opening the background as well. So you still got the rewards. It just didn't pop up and actually show you what you got. Which is annoying, but that is what was going on. So potentially you were able to complete it and then it opened up. It just didn't show you that. So yeah, try to see if you got the rewards.
I'm on a roll.
Oh yeah, I got the rewards. Thank you. Great. Happy to help. Yeah, Gale Force on Lillia lets you just get your attacks in, and then you're constantly discounting her spell. So you can just always be sleeping her so she never gets recalled. That being said, you have to make sure whatever you're going against, you're going to be able to attack and not get... They're not going to have bigger units that are going to kill your Lillia. Normally that won't be an issue, but can be rough a little bit later on, depending on who you're going against. Yeah, Stalker's Blade on Lillia is so fun.
Now it's a party. Anything else? Stick your lip out and give 'em puppy eyes. Trust me.
It's going to be very overkill, but sure. Let's go ahead and drop this here. I have a bug with Lillia, Vex, Old Quest. It says I need to star up one of their 2 stars, but I have Lillia on 4 and Vex on 3. I would then put in a bug report for Riot. Just be like, hey, you can even take screenshots. They sometimes like screenshots. You can be like, here's the quest with the screenshot. And then you could even screenshot your 2 champions with them above their 2 stars. And try to see if they can do anything to help you.
Who goes that? Hunted down.
I do think there's a little issue with Riot support, where I think the support that we have is just for like all Riot games. And so I think the people at support are more used to dealing with other games, and they're not as informed about how Path of Champions actually works. So if you're wondering why support might not be 100% understanding what you're talking about, that would be why. So try to be patient with them. Alright, let's drop this here. I think next round is when we can actually win. It is pretty nice to just be able to shut them down, though. Who's losing? The AI. Or do we have one more round? Yep.
Take your place, and our show will begin.
I reported about the Adventurer's Trinket being a bit bugged. Gives rare items to champ instead of epic ones. And they seemed very understanding of that situation. Great. Yeah, I think there's going to be some of support that plays the game and understands what's going on. But I've seen some screenshots of people being like, why does support not understand what I'm talking about at all? And I think it's just because they're supporting all of Riot's games, and so when it comes just to Legends of Runeterra and specifically Path of Champions, I think there's probably some of them that are a bit less knowledgeable. Yeah, most of my interactions with Riot support have been pretty good. Because yeah, I had an issue one time where my battle pass just stopped progressing. There was a repeatable quest. You can essentially grind your way through the battle pass, and that repeatable quest after like the first day was just gone, and it didn't show up until less than a week was left of the event pass. And so I was sending like tickets every couple days, just being like, hey, this is still happening. I think we're fine with getting rid of the Grave Physician. All right, Lysandra.
At last, my time is at hand.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that the game can make enough money that Riot can actually justify supporting it more. Because the game is doing great, but yeah, we do have an issue right now with a ton of bugs that we really need to get sorted. So if we can just get the bugs under control, then the game is going to be in such a good spot. Every time I put in a bug report, they at least say it'll be forwarded to Yordle engineers.
Jinx? Stands for Jinx?
Or Yordle mechanics, I don't remember exactly.
We're doing it!
Okay, so Lysandra does actually have the cost increase. I had someone say that it wasn't working for them. And I was like, does this Lysandra even have it? But nope, she does, where if we play 3 or more cards, the cost increase is supposed to kick in. But yeah, I'm not really noticing that part of it happening, which I'm fine with. Yeah, I'm fine with it just being the first part. I think that's good enough. I don't want to deal with that cost increase. We played 3, but then, yeah, after 3, it should have increased our prices of everything else. And it didn't. Alright, so we can just immediately kill him. And kill that there. We're trying to use up enough of our cards so that we... Oof.
I will remind the world of true power.
Don't overcap. Or overflow.
All things grow cold.
Happy to do whatever's needed.
Alright, let's drop one here. One there. Sure, we can kill this. Problem is we're now out of those spells. So we're able to, yeah, control the board very well up until this point. This could be a little dangerous, though. I want to build out our board, but at the same time, I'm also worried about them obliterating all of it. Oh, well, we can go for it.
I will showcase the beauty of tragedy.
That was weird. My run didn't have that. Spam spells. Yeah, apparently it's not working, which I am fine with.
My final
All right, so yeah, we can drop
stage is
our Jin. Let's do a get excited. I'm really glad we have that enfeebling to try to... Oh, they have a watcher. That's good. That is very good. So yeah, they'll be able to attack next round. I don't think we're necessarily gonna have a way to stop it. Fun. Yeah, I think let's kill both of these.
beautiful, is it not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2.
That's not too bad. Nico casually doing 19 damage for just attacking. Nice.
King of trolls coming through.
Sure. Let's drop our Jinx. Alright, so there goes our Nexus.
You're starting to
Fun.
me.
Heartless.
We want to use these up while Jinx is still on the board, because then they'll have their extra damage.
How pedestrian.
Yeah, I think we can leave him like that. So we're
Something very
about to be in the round where we could end, but they still have a lot of Nexus health because we haven't really been prioritizing that since we couldn't end them. Now, though, we do not have a lot of cards left. Alright, that makes sense. So we could try to nuke this down, but it's not really like it's really going to do much. All right, I guess we'll just pass again. But every single round, we're just summoning another Jinx that's once again just discarding her hand. But then when she discards her hand, she shuffles it all back into our deck. I mean, the Watcher's going to probably keep annihilating it, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and play this here, because then we'll get another card at round start. And we'll actually hit this with one more. We don't want them to be able to drag our Jinx aside so that this can get a free attack. Well, that got lucky and just killed it. Alright, so once again, let's hit that there. Since Jinx is vulnerable, if they have another unit, they can drag Jinx aside, which we can't let them do. Alright, so them nuking us down again, but that's fine. We're going to get another Jinx. The Jinx is going to shuffle all of these cards back into our deck, so we're once again going to come back up as far as cards. The problem is his effect is playing fast or slow spells, and these are not that. The problem is it just has so much health. Yeah, so I feel like attacking is not really gonna do much. True, his attack will rocket. But won't they still be able to respond? I guess it'll get stunned though. Yeah, let's try it. I think they get to block first and then it gets stunned.
I hear it now. The thunderous applause.
Yeah, they're still gonna block Jinx. Alright, so that's gonna kill Jin. And yeah, that'll also kill our Jinx. So we're just trying to get some of this damage down while Jinx is alive for the Luden's Tempest.
You inspire me.
And yeah, since Jin's not on the board, then Jinx then dies. But we'll be having just enough. And GG. Easy, not even close. Ugh. Should I up Morgana to 6 stars? That shouldn't really be your priority. I mean, it'll help you end games faster, but you're not going to help you end game as you wouldn't already end in the most part. All right, so that was 6-star Jinx, although not really the best showcase of it, because normally it's just going to help you clear tough adventures very quickly, and against this one we couldn't really do that. But still fun to be able to blast through. Yuumi also is Targon, I think, and Yumi's decent. I mean, let's look at Morgana. So your 6-star, when you curse an enemy, grant allies 1 power. You do play a lot of curses, so you will be able to buff up your board to a pretty crazy amount. It's going to help you end games way faster. So if you really like Morgana, you play Morgana a lot, and you want to speed her up, then go ahead and do it. But if you're just trying to be looking for a champion that really needs their 6-star to make them feel a lot more powerful, win matches they couldn't win otherwise, then Morgana, the 6-star, doesn't really matter as much. But if you like Morgana, do what you want to do. Need a bundle for Yuumi? Okay. I mean, you could always wait and see what the next Targon champion is going to be. Because, like, imagine how crazy potentially, like, a Diana 6-star could be. Alright, next up, I think we wanted to showcase Lillia. So, for her constellation, we have a lot of things other than the 6-star. Yeah, getting this will be fun. But yeah, we do have the Crush, Allies of Overwhelm. We also have the extra mana gem. Support champs have Stalker's Blade. And this one doesn't matter as much, but Double Time Watch can be nice. Alright, let's see. Where would we want to go for Lillia? What do we want to do? Lissandra or Swain? I'm just trying to decide where we want to go before I look at her build. Finally got Gale Force after 2 years of playing. Congrats. Nice. I feel like you don't have any sort of sustain on Lillia, right? Yeah, I don't think we have anything that, like, heals us. Let's go for Relic setup. So, Stalker's Blade is very fun for Lillia, but going for the Guardian Orb plus Echoing Spirit is pretty good. Things can get out of control fairly quickly. Where are you, little snow globe? There we go. So this is really nice to get many different copies of Lillia. Jinx 6-star from Arcane. So we'll probably want to go ahead and cut the Dewdrop Harvest, because I don't think they fixed the issue where this can get epic items, and so this kind of just gets a whole bunch of home turf on it, and yeah, it's pretty bad. I feel like we just get destroyed by Swain. Although we'd also potentially get destroyed by the weeklies as well. What's your standard adventure to go to upgrade rare slots to epic? The monthly challenges do work really well for that if you have any 3-star monthlies. But as far as actual adventures, you either want to go for Kaisa or you want to go for Thresh. That's often going to depend on your personal champion, their strengths and weaknesses. Some are better at Thresh, some are better at Kaisa. Recently, I've actually been going for the Kaisa one more, just because I don't want to deal with Tryndamere. But you do have to deal with Aurelia. But normally, as long as you go into it with a plan, you can be fine. Alright, so this will probably end my losing or my winning streak, because I haven't lost against Swain yet, but this will probably be the time. But I think we'll try out Lillia versus Swain. Also, this build is going to be a little questionable. Up against Swain, it would probably be a good idea to go for Stalker's Blades, so you can try to kill enemy units as fast as possible. That could be really nice. And it also could be good for maybe throwing on an Everfrost, so you can stun an enemy when you're playing them. But let's try this out. It is much more random. But let's see how it goes. Spellburn, when you play a spell, deal 1 to the enemy nexus. Explosive Finale, when you summon an ally, deal 1 to the enemy nexus. We're going to be playing a lot of allies, and we're going to be playing a lot of spells. I think we'll go for the Spellburn. Well, yeah, both of these are going to be happening a lot, because normally our spells are summoning units. Yeah, I think we might go here. I think this might edge out Spellburn, because most of our spells are summoning units anyways. Alright, Reckless Trifarian. This will be interesting. Alright, let's actually hold on to the Dewdrop Harvest, because if it's not in our deck, then it's not going to mess with our orbs. Let's get rid of both the Coastal Defenders. Mythos the Great, thank you for the follow. I appreciate the support. Let's drop our Lillia. Oh, we got so lucky. That's so good. We're able to get the mana deposit to immediately play her again or get some mana back. This also got mana deposit. Nice. Alright, so she's not strong enough to kill anything, but is pretty good. Yeah, let's try to attack.
A little dream does wonders. Dreams at dusk take wondrous shapes.
Yeah, so we got Black Cleaver. Yeah, we can't play one yet. We could just bank the mana. We'll probably need another blocker though, so we'll play this here.
Where things are strong.
Someone get him up! Where's my axe?
Sure, we can... Well, if we drop this here, we won't have a lot of mana left. But I feel like that's probably fine.
Silent as death.
Okay, I mean, she wasn't going to be able to do anything anyway, so that's fine.
We owe this land our lives.
Alright, so let's see. we want to go ahead and block that. We want to be able to kill that one there. And sure, we can attack right here. This guy actually has double attack, but yeah, we need him to be able to block, unfortunately. So yeah, we'll have our rally, but it won't actually do too much for us.
They got past me.
So yeah, we could attack, but he'll just die. So we kind of need to hold off. I think let's put Lillia to sleep so we can immediately play another one.
Dream of better things.
Because we need to get some more of our Guardian Orbs triggering. Well, got some interesting upgrades there. Let's see. Oh, so this has got home turf, so got a upgrade.
The dark beckons.
Okay, that'll be nice. Ah, don't do that. Alright, I think we'll put this one to sleep. It'll give us another draw next round, and then with Black Cleaver, when it gets resummoned, it's going to double its stats again. Also, this has 6 power, so this will be able to kill 3 of their units. It also can't block, so it's not like it's going to help on defense. So sure. The issue is if we put this to sleep, it's an exact copy, so the next copy of it is going to be stunned. So that is a little unfortunate.
Go on, dance. Where things are strong.
Alright, so this is kind of where Lillia starts going out of control. But it has taken us a little while to get here, which is a bit rough. I think let's just stun that.
Where things are strong.
You see, but you cannot grasp.
Alright, so we can end... if we put her to sleep, she's gonna let loose their other units. So that's not necessarily the best. I think we can put the elusive to sleep. Yeah, we'll drop that there.
Carry your dreams to the garden.
Although it really shouldn't matter. Our Lillia is just going to be able to end with her attack. Because she is scout and elusive, and more than enough damage.
Don't trip. Don't trip. A little thing.
Alright, GG.
Oh, are they afraid of us?
So yeah, we need to try to cut to have as few different types of cards in our deck as possible. Our support champion here will matter a lot. Recall a unit with 3 or less health. Normally not going to be applicable. This is going to cost too much. I feel like we have to go for Vile Feast. Drain 1's not too bad. Potentially we get a lot of damage on this with maybe our epic items. So we could heal up a bunch, maybe. Alright, so we could have Gianna, not too great. Sejuani, a bit expensive. Thresh, Crumble is not terrible. I was hoping for a champion that'd be a little bit cheaper and maybe one that would have some sustain. So I think let's do a reroll here. So Pike. Shadow Totem's not bad because they both get strikes off, and if Pike rally, or like if he levels up, he could start really wrecking the enemy. But he does have a terrible stat line. It's not like we're going to get a lot of lurks off to buff him up. Vex with Black Cleaver and Stalker's Blade. Stalker's Blade normally triggers first, but still pretty good stat line. We would have another landmark though, which we really don't want to get. Mystic Shot would be okay. Jin would be okay. Yeah, right now this is looking the best. Yeah, I think we'll go here, but still nothing that's too crazy for us. Yeah. Alright, so we have a Scribe, Spells Chest, or Item Chest. I think Item Chest would probably be the best for us. Yeah, let's go up here. Let's get rid of pretty much all of these. We really just want to make sure we have our Lillia. Not that that should be too difficult for us. Okay, so she got double attack. Nice. The issue is... well, she got double attack and she gave double attack to the other unit, which is pretty funny, but she would die. And the other unit could end up dying as well. So, even though that's a good upgrade, we probably won't utilize it yet. But yeah, just looking at with the Echoing Spirit, since we have so many copies of Lillia, she's so much more likely to get items. Like, we play her, she gets 2 right away. The same thing happened last time as well. Let's see.
His fang and Fid.
You're okay, Donnie. No biggie. Get him.
Yeah, it's a fun build, but probably against Swain with so much pressure, we're just going to get
More lessons?
kind of outscaled. Alright, so getting 2 blockers with a Mystic Shot, I think that's pretty good. We're not going to be able to kill Spellslinger. We'd rather get some damage down on, like, one of their City Breakers.
I can help.
I think Stalkers is probably more reliable. Yeah, I feel like Stalkers is probably better for the Swain adventure.
Bite her off me.
After testing Nico 6-star, I feel like the Nico star power is nice, but you don't really feel like it helps you. Isn't Scribe of Sorrows always best? Not necessarily. Like, it is definitely good, but always best? I don't know if I'd quite... It kind of depends. Alright, so we could go for a Green Glade Lookout for another blocker. We don't have another copy of Lillia, though, so we might want to save her. So I think let's pass. Alright, so we can put her here. Sleep to fizzle that attack.
Are you?
This here will kill him. Yeah. To be honest, though, for a Scribe, I just didn't really necessarily feel like this becoming a Scribe run. But Scribe is definitely very good. You spending Stardust on Gemstone's Vessels. I feel like I'm going to add something for Stardust, and we're not going to have enough of it. I haven't got any from... I haven't bought any of those vessels in a while, and I only really get them when I'm already overflowing with Stardust. But you haven't gotten any in a little while. Alright, so we have elusive double attack.
Don't trip! Don't trip!
Some pretty good stuff there. We could drop Jin.
Don't judge a bud before its bloom. Ataco! Skip and a hop.
So I'm a little bit worried about taking my time and not attacking immediately, because I feel like if I don't attack immediately, there's a good chance they end up stunning us and making us regret it. So I think let's go ahead and just attack and do as much damage as we can. This should be pretty good.
Where things are strong. I think I'm quite ready for a new adventure.
How do we have so many champions? I mean, we've just been playing since the very start of the game. I tried Swain with 4-star Pike with Epic Relics. I got obliterated at second fight. I have no clue how you guys beat this. Like, I have nothing to do. I failed with 4-star Yasuo, especially with Pike. There's literally nothing I do but die. That sounds pretty rough.
Dreams at dusk take wondrous shapes.
Alright, we'll recall her, try to get some more epic items. I think let's put this to sleep. That way, it's not going to deal that 1 extra damage to us next round. Oh, is it Jin doing his thing? That's probably what's going on.
Where things are strong.
Alright, so she's got some good items. Anyone else have anything that's going to help us in this moment? We might try to sacrifice Jin so we can attack. That's probably like the best thing we can do.
Art requires certain
Yeah, so we'll put Jin there.
canvas art.
You won't hurt Mother Tree.
Art.
Actually, we can put
Oh, you sound great.
that one there.
This isn't the way. Hello, enemy.
We're really just trying to take as little damage as possible and make sure our Jin dies. That way we can rally, attack, and end the game.
Even this is bliss.
Go on, who's yours?
I will give them a show to them.
I know how to use this.
Alright, so we've made it through the first 2. We're probably going to die at the next one because we have very little health.
Yay! Everyone is invited to picnic.
The sleep spell is countered by the deadly power. When it wakes up, the AI is summoning the units again. It's slightly countered. Yes, you don't want to sleep the enemy too much because they will keep getting stronger and stronger. When you stun another ally, give it 2 power this round. Too expensive. Kill an ally to deal 3 to the enemy nexus. Don't really want to kill our own units. Grant an ally 1 power in tough. I guess we'll go here, especially since it's the cheapest, but we're really not getting any good synergistic cards right now. Alright, Crimson Aristocrat, Lord Broadmane. Both of these are probably going to be pretty bad for us. I think I'm going to try to get some more Vile Feasts, and I'm hoping there's a damage scaling for Epic. I think there's the 4 damage one. If we get more copies of this could maybe be our sustain if we get lucky. It's going to be tough, though. Alright, Lord Broadmane. The gain Nexus Tough is really good on Swain. He uses all the time. The item, yeah, definitely. All right, so we're gonna put a Vile Feast. Like, we want to have one in our hand, but if they're in our hand, they're not getting the buffs from the Guardian Orb. So hopefully we can play Lillia, and she'll just give us some crazy upgrades for Vile Feast, but we'll have to see. We're probably gonna have to die and use our revive here. More than likely. Alright, so we got unlucky. It didn't hit anything, but we have been adding more cards to our deck. We haven't been able to cut any, so that kind of makes sense. Huh, a stun. Well, that's not good. So we could sleep her immediately. But we probably need the mana for units, but we're probably gonna die here regardless. So yeah, that's fine.
Today you are Kinku.
Immunity.
Kinku hold fast.
Yep, there's not gonna be too much we can do here. Reduce down the damage a good amount, but we're just taking too much. So, not too surprising. Granted, we did choose not the best build into this encounter, but we've revived.
The stream won't die so easily.
We have our revive. We have 50 Nexus health, which is nice. Let's get rid of this. Double Lillia is fine. Yeah, with this build, they just put so much pressure on you early. It's pretty rough.
Let's face the world straight together, dreams.
Go on, Fang. Just like I taught you.
Alright, immediately stunned. Not the best. Alright, another stun. We'll counter that with one of these. Alrighty, that's nice. So they're out of mana, meaning they are about to open attack. This will give us a blocker. Yeah, it'll give us a blocker, and maybe it'll give her a item to be helpful. Oh, it gives it to the other one.
Work together.
All right, let's go ahead, drop this here. The meme Lillia build? Yeah, pretty much. We knew it wasn't going to be the best option here, but we just wanted to kind of meme around. Alright, we'll try to save her.
Quiet you. Quiet things are strong.
Yeah, they have so much removal, and our units, they get great scaling, but they start out so weak. Alright, so sleeping her. I mean, it would protect her. Vile Feast is going to give us 2 units that are blocking. And then we could drop a Keeper of the Masks after. But their attack is probably going to be able to kill us.
Whoopsie, Lily.
Alright, we'll go ahead and drop this here.
Today,
Again, we're just trying to build out our board so we can try to survive this round if at all possible. But even if we could survive, yeah, the Nexus damage next round. Oh well, little sad, but that's what happens when you don't go in with the appropriate build. We're hoping we could cheese it, but not quite. Hey, Great Master. Hello, Mr. Spicy. How are you? I'm doing all right. Yeah, we figured that was gonna not go the best. Decided to try it anyways. Let's see. Could go for Stalker's Blades and stuns. Yeah, we just got the 5-star, which is what we were working on showing off. Yeah, Everfrost does work out pretty well. Same with Stalker's Blade. Just trying to wonder if there's any other builds we haven't really thought of before that would work well for Lillia. It's normally just cheesing all of the summon effects. If Found Fortune wasn't a play effect, I think that would be great for Lillia. Same with Oath. Oath could be pretty hilarious if it was also a summon effect. Sadly, Portal Palace is too expensive. Like, 7 cost units is too much. Guardians from is fun. Yeah, I think I'll probably just go and blast through a Acel. Don't really feel like doing Swain again. Alright, let's see where we can get. Sharing is carrying is pretty nice. Yeah, we'll go ahead and grab this because we can easily trigger this multiple times, because if we have someone with a really good keyword, we can then put them to sleep, resummon them next round, and have it granted to everyone. Alright, so Ash with Power Overwhelming.
I'll lead the way.
How to counter Aurelia in the 5.5 Weekly Nightmare. So having stuns on hand is really nice. While their units can... if they free attack alongside the blades, even if they're stunned, you can then stun them while they are attacking in order to stop that. So Yasuo is quite nice there because he has, especially if you go with Echoing Spirit, he can have one cost stun the attacking enemy. So I actually really liked Yasuo for trying to counter that. even though Oath is a play effect, you can play multiple Lillias fairly easily. That's true.
Let's face the world straight together, dream.
Yeah, Lillia can ramp up pretty insanely fast, especially with the 5-star being able to play her round 1. Although that Frostbite is fairly annoying. So let's see. So sadly, the Frostbite is going to
Armstrong.
continue
Lily.
because it's going to be exact copy. So when we resummon her, she's still going to be frostbitten. But by doing this, we can then immediately drop another one.
Go on, dance. I know how to use this. Weapons are strong.
And we can put this one to sleep as well. So we'll have 2 Lillias hitting the board next round. Yeah, when you aren't getting pressured immediately round 1, if you can have any amount of time to set up, Lillia with this build just scales absolutely out of control, which is pretty fun.
Hurt its mother tree.
Alert the village!
The one issue is that up against like Swain, they just have so much removal that you're just constantly being pressured, and so you don't get to get this scaling off. Do you prefer Lillia or LeBlanc?
Kneel students, rise warriors.
I would say I prefer Lillia right now. I think she's... I've also played so much of LeBlanc that her playstyle can get a little bit boring. But I would go with Lillia right now. Once LeBlanc gets
Follow my lead.
her 6-star though, like her full constellation, that could change. Alright. Nice. GG. Man, the ARAM mini-boss in the 6.5 is rough. Yes. Yes, it is. Morgana for that one is very nice, just being able to lock them down so they can't do anything. Yeah, I really like Morgana for the 6.5-star this week. I guess we'll go here. Alright, so that'll be nice. We can play Neela for free. She can get a strike off for free. She can keep refilling our mana every time we play her. Yeah, it seems pretty good. Alright, gain more copies of our champion. That is perfect. Ooh, so Ezreal with perfected mana flow. This will be a little bit rough because he might be able to kill us.
Quest accepted. Wait,
They pulled a 90-90 Elder Dragon on you. You couldn't stop him. That's pretty crazy. I've actually never seen them play Elder Dragon before. Yeah, that's a rough one.
I brought my books. Hope that's all right.
Yeah, the 5 mana play Lillia immediately is so nice. Oh look, Scout.
Just as I hypothesized.
So I'm a little bit worried that if I try to immediately sleep her, they're just going to try to kill her right away. So let's play this because we can play it for free.
And I smile.
don't blink or you miss me.
Don't trip. Don't trip.
So if we do this, they'll potentially... Well, they only have 1 mana. So we'll use this to put her to sleep, and then we'll play another one. Which is another reason why Echoing Spirit is so nice on your Lillia. Just to make sure you have multiple copies, because you want to be playing multiples of her. Gotta ban someone again.
Close your eyes.
Let's see. Alrighty.
Don't judge a bud before its bloom. Dance with me.
Sure, let's get this scout attack off.
No sweat.
A little dream does
Well, she's gonna probably die next round, but that's okay.
Don't trip. Don't trip.
Nice, GG. Where do they come from? What, the bots?
Afraid of us.
I mean, people just make bots to try to scam people. Lissandra's second star power should be game start, create a watcher in your hand. If Lissandra is evolved, reduce its cost by 10. Interesting. Draw 2, grant them fleeting. Don't really want this to get epic items. I mean, I guess Neela makes these. Keeper of Masks. Ooh, summon a Keeper of Masks now or at next round start. Our Keeper has a whole bunch of items on it, so getting more copies of this actually isn't bad. Yeah, we really like the Keeper. Double attack, reduce my cost. Double attack is nice, but we can potentially already get it. Having the power rift so we can get more Lillias going faster, I think will actually be better for us. Alright, so Swain with Unyielding Determination.
Show them their place.
Yeah, I hope they add Lissandra as a champion. I think it'd be really fun. Also, I hope we can kind of go, I mean, at least this next month without getting a PNZ champion. We have already so many with their constellations. I would kind of like it not to happen more, especially with us getting Arcane soon. So this won't draw anything, sure.
Let's face the one
Ramen Wrangler, thank you for the follow.
I have my orders.
joy, unbound and everlasting. Don't judge a bud before its bloom. Go on, dance.
Alright, so we can attack,
Little dream does
get a good amount of damage down,
Go on,
sleep our Lillia,
ferry your dreams to the garden.
and then we can drop another Lillia,
Bloom
get some more items going. Fantastic. Also, Victor is confirmed at Arcane 2.
a little dream does
Yeah.
wonder.
See, I like Victor. Hopefully that comes maybe like in the Arcane patch.
Who's gonna get in my way?
Where?
I mean, I suppose we can just put these both to sleep again for next round, but it's kind of going to be a little bit of overkill. But also Heimerdinger might come. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they just did nothing but like P and Z for the next little while, but we already have so many.
Does wonders.
It would be nice if we kind of moved away.
Go on, dance.
Same with Noxus. Like, I like Noxus. I like all their champions a lot.
Don't trip.
But we do have a good amount of Noxus already.
A little dream does
GG. Giving some more constellations for some of the other regions that only have like 1 or 2 would be nice.
Truly, this is the greatest of joys.
I don't have a burst speed, a sleep spell, but you can get that later with Lillia, yes. I guess let's grab this one. Robe Maker. We could just put a whole bunch of darkness in our deck, but we're fine. And let's actually cut cards so that our one item is more likely to help us. Let's get rid of the Dewdrop Harvest. We already have so much power coming from the Guardian Orbs that reducing our card just increases that power even more. So Caitlyn with Unyielding Determination.
I'm on the case.
Yeah, I would love another Freljord one, especially if they added, like, Lysandra. Let's get rid of both of these. Yeah, Leona's already in the game.
When tribe calls, a reply is proper.
Alright, perfect. 0 cost Lillia. Although I guess we could drop this first and kill him. Yeah, might as well.
Joy, unbound and everlasting. Let's face the world straight together, dream.
Let's just drop this, put it to sleep, immediately drop another one. 0 cost Lillia OP.
Where hope takes you.
And yeah, we can save this for later. It'll be a nice way to drop this on our board and give our units elusive.
Quiet things are strong.
Oh, speaking of elusive. I mean, we could recall our Neela, but she'd lose a lot of that scaling. Yeah, I think let's drop this here.
Kneel students, rise warriors.
The scene tells me all I need.
And then drop this here to give everyone elusive.
Or I'll cut 'em out.
Submit to ecstasy.
Alright, get a nice scout attack off.
Elation and water.
And GG. What relics do you use with Lillia? So the summon relics are all very, very good for her. So Everfrost, when I'm summoned, stun the strongest enemy. Stalker's Blade, when I'm summoned, strike the weakest enemy. Guardian Orb, when I'm summoned, add epic items to random cards in your deck. All those are really good. Also paired with the Echoing Spirit to get more copies of Lillia, reduce down your champion spell so you can sleep more your units, so you can play more Lillias. All that is pretty solid. Tough, Faded. This is decent sustained, but we're normally playing her for not very much, so it won't really happen too much. We are triggering Faded a decent amount. Yeah, that'll be okay. That'll give us a little more scaling. No, there is... Morgana's a Targon champ. So we have... Like, there's no Targon-only champs that have constellations. That's what you're meaning. When you summon a created ally, granted 2/2. I forget, does this trigger from our sleeps? Do those count as created units after they've been put to sleep? I kind of forget if it works like that. I know Rush Them Down does. It should, but I'm not sure. Yeah, that's... We'll test it out. Alright, Mind Meld. No, let's... I mean, Mind Meld's not terrible. Wouldn't mind getting rid of this. Or, yeah. We'll maybe try the Mind Meld. It gives you different cards you can cut. Normally, it gives you cards you don't want to cut, but we'll see. Let's go for Tom Kench with Unstable Inventory. So we can just make our deck very narrow, so that all the cards that are there are just going to get tons of epic items. That would be pretty good. This is fine. Who is the best support champion for Ashe? Um,
I'm not afraid.
I like going mono. This would potentially die, but I like going for mono Shurima, so also getting like a Sejuani, because Sejuani also has a decent amount of frostbites that she can get as well. I do like that a decent amount. Anivia, yeah. Staying mono Freljord is normally pretty good for your Ashe, because that way you just get more of your spell, more frostbites. How about Gwen? I mean, Gwen could be just a fine general champion. I don't think she really has particularly good synergies with Ashe, but it's not like she's a bad character. I'm trying to see if we can... Oh my word. They really do need to improve this UI so it's actually readable. I was trying to see if the Biggle Dust Dash worked, but it's kind of hard to see. Oh well. GG.
Sleep quietly, dream well.
But yeah, the more cards we cut, the narrower our deck is. Kind of the better. Don't really care about any of these, but these would be 2 created units, so it's like, I guess. Alright, let's go for Mind Meld. Yep, I'm fine with cutting that. Fine with cutting that. We're not really playing the Spirit Lanes. Kinku's Call is okay, but yeah, we can cut that as well. Cut this as well. I will do a reroll because that resets... Oh, it doesn't reset the cost here. So every time you're cutting a card, it makes you pay more and more health. Normally, or for some of the things that do this, you can reroll to reset the cost back down. But apparently it doesn't work here. I think we're probably fine. Like 16 damage is a lot. Probably still survive, but let's not be too greedy this time. All right, Fiora or Poppy. Let's go for Poppy with level up.
Huh? You want me? Well, okay.
But yeah, that should help us a lot. Let's get rid of these 2. Almost half of our deck should be Lillia right now. So she's very lucky or likely to get epic items.
Dreams bloom where hope takes root.
Didn't get that many that time, actually. Sure, we can drop this for free.
I slay horrors and I smile.
Alright, so we still should be able to play at least 1. I suppose, actually, the better way to do it would have been to play one of our Blooming Buds and keep the Dream-Laden Bow in hand. That way, the other Lillia would have reduced it down by 1 more instead of creating it. So then we could have used it 1 more time. Yeah, that would have worked out a little bit better. Sure, let's play this here.
A little dream does wonders.
Alright, so what have we gotten? Surprisingly, not actually that much. But
With me,
this will be fine. All of our units are massive.
where things
Oh, GG. Always being able to play your champion round 1 is so good. So yeah, the 5-star for Lillia is nice. The Overwhelm, honestly, not the best 4-star. Like, it's really good for some people, but for Lillia, quite often you don't really need it. Don't really care about adding any of these to our deck. Round start rally sounds perfect. Rekindler, item chest. Item chest sounds good. Let's actually... We have 26 cards. Okay, so it says 4 copies, but then at game start, we get another 7. So yeah, we have a ton of Lillias in our deck. All right, yeah, Lee Sin. Best champion for Crown Guard, Inheritance, Alawi, and Gwen. Both of them are absolutely fantastic with it. When you proc it, you normally can just attack and end the game immediately. So yeah, it's pretty good. It's decent on a lot of other people though, but I just think it's best for Gwen and Alawi.
We each hold a world within.
Sure, we can try to drop this one for free. So yeah, we will play this here. We have another copy of Lillia. So she'll get put to sleep. We'll play one more for free. I think this will get reduced down. Well, I guess we don't have another Lillia anyways. So yeah, if we had one more copy, we could then play her and it'd be good.
Lucky you. I'm the last thing you'll see.
Oh well. So let's get our scout attack in.
Open wide, sugar.
Alright, we'll have both of our Lillias being resummoned next round, giving us a bunch of epic items. And we'll have our rally from our domination, so we can just immediately attack and end the game. Alawi with Crown Guard, Gale Force, and Tempest Blade. She can finish in one turn. I mean, you don't need the Gale Force or the Tempest Blade.
Extend your senses.
Dance with me.
You won't feel it at first.
Alright, GG. Yes, Alawi is a girl. You never noticed that? Iceborne Gauntlet. Sure, that seems fine. Well, I guess your mind just got blown by that. That's okay. Alawi needs more vowels in her name. Healer, let's see. What do we want to cut? We're probably never going to play this. But we have a lot of Shadow Assassins. And we're not really needing them. We have 5 of them. Cutting them would then give us a lot of space in our deck, which isn't bad. Yeah, it's a good card, but I don't feel like we need it. Cutting this will have the biggest impact, so sure. Viego with Duplicate.
No power in this world can stop me.
She also dated Gangplank behind the scenes. Yes. Have fun checking the wiki. She is 100% a girl or a woman.
screen.
I delight the ally.
Quiet you.
And she tried to date Braum, but he was too much of a Giga Chad for her. I mean, it was more the fact that he got seasick, but yeah, she is very muscular, but still a woman. So yeah, this was working out perfectly. We're getting 3 Lillias on the board turn 1. Oh, fantastic.
Close your eyes and dream with me. A little dream does wonders.
Actually, we might be able to get 4 on the board turn 1 because we have double attack.
Things are strong.
So this costs nothing. So we can then sleep another Lillia
Wonders.
and get a 4th one on the board.
Lots of things.
All right,
Let's face the world
turn 1
together.
4 Lillias.
Things are strong.
This is perfect.
Go on, dance. A little dream does wonders. Go on, dance. Where things are strong.
And since we have so few cards in our deck other than Lillia, this is why we're getting so many in our opening hand and why she is getting so many epic items.
Don't judge a bud before it's bloomed.
Oh, GG.
Things are strong. Oh, are they afraid of us?
Charon? I think it's Charon? Not, oh man, there's so many ones that are like close to it. Charon? Charon? A lot of different ways you can pronounce that. Anyways, thank you for the subscribe. I appreciate the support. Might have lethal, not sure. Yeah, just a bit. Sure, we can go for barrier. So every time she summons, she's just hitting the entire board with barrier. That'll be pretty good. When an ally dies at one of the enemy nexus, normally not gonna have units die. Don't want this to fill up. A last one was correct. Okay, good to know. I think let's do a reroll here. Stun the strong enemy, challenger. Not bad. Looking for something a little bit more impactful. This can be okay. Yeah, it's filling up one spot, but it's going to make our attacks pretty good. That's okay. With our epic item, the Biggle Dust Stash, they will be pretty big. Well, that and our star powers as well. Let's just keep trying to cut as many cards as possible. So let's go for Misfortune with Unstable Inventory.
Sure you can handle me?
Barrier can also protect you from being trolled by Reckoner's Mark. That's true. It's pronounced Bob. Let's see. Let's get rid of pretty much everything but our Lillia. We want to get as many copies as possible. Oh, this actually is bad. We need to have this get drawn by the Farsight, because otherwise we don't have enough draw to make our Lillia free. Well, that's a little sad.
Dreams bloom where hope takes you.
Thank you. Okay, that's not bad.
Dreams at dusk take wondrous shapes.
I can't stand Guardian Orb Lillia because I swear I get Reckoner's Mark on her every game. I mean, you just have to make sure your Reckoner's Mark, like you can't make sure, but as long as Reckoner's Mark isn't the first thing you get, it's normally fine.
Face the world straight
Because yeah,
together.
you're normally going to end up getting it, but eventually it's not a big deal.
Don't judge a bud before it's bloom. Where things are strong.
So we could sleeper, we couldn't play another one. But at least she's going to activate all the orbs next round.
To the garden.
I mean, we're going to be able to open attack and end the game, so it's not really going to matter. It's always the first thing I get on her. Yeah, it's a little sad.
A little dream does wonders.
That's the thing with Guardian Orb, it is very random.
A little dream does wonders. Don't trip.
Alright,
Don't
GG.
trip.
Finally managed to beat Lissandra with the help of your videos. Nice. Congrats. There's a lot of really good rewards from Lissandra, so
Are they afraid of us?
if you can start beating it, that'll be very helpful. I guess we'll get the Green Glade Lookout. This might be the next card we cut if we get too many copies. Let's see. Yeah, we're trying to cut whatever's going to be the most impactful. So we have a couple things where we have 4 copies. This one and then the Green Glade Lookout. This is better because if we draw it from the far sight, then that gives our Lillia the 0 cost reduction. Or just do it down to 0. So yeah, let's get rid of the Green Glade Lookout. So we have 23 cards right now. We have 5 copies of Lillia, but then when we play her, we get 7 more copies. So a huge amount of our deck is just Lillia. Yasuo with perfected mana flow.
My destination. I'll tell you when I get there.
I would switch to Stalkers or Guardians, but there's so many bad scenarios like spamming home turf or landmarks, getting Reckoners immediately, or giving the same 5 mana cost reduction items. There's a lot of things that can get me wrong. Yeah, I mean, it's random, so sometimes you get all the best upgrades, other times you just get things that literally hurt you. Have any champion-specific items like Starforge been added to the pool? Not yet, but...
How'd you do that?
Yeah, let's drop this here. They said they're working on a system to make those available to get. I kind of wish they just made it so you were able to get them in the Golden Reliquaries, but apparently they're designing some sort of system to make that work. I need 5-star Viego to beat her. Viego is pretty good against her.
Let's face the world straight together, dream.
Alright, so 3 Lilias round 1. Not too bad.
Are you the one with wing technique?
A little dream does wonders.
Left foot, left foot.
Yeah, that barrier was very nice for that Reckoner's Mark. Oh, look. We're going to be able to end round 1.
Don't
Oh.
use your butt before it's
Nice. GG. Yeah, they definitely should slightly adjust Guardian Orb to make sure it, like, can't give home turf, since home turf doesn't matter at all.
afraid of us.
So they should try to look at some stuff there. I don't really like any of these. This one's not bad, though, because the 1-cost follower is going to be a created unit, so it's going to be pretty massive. Don't really want to get more Formless Blades. I guess we'll go here. Alright, Jinx with level up.
I like you.
I have 1 more Lissandra to do. Tried Yumi 4-star and rolled over everything till Lissandra, who just smashed me. No vestige of Helia. Yeah, that's rough. That is pretty often what happens, is everything goes great up until Lissandra, and then she just stomps you. Smeg Knight. Thank you for the follow. Let's see. Yeah, I'll have the barrier, so this should be fine, unless we immediately get Reckoner's Mark. Okay, yeah, we're fine. Oh. Huh.
Don't come any closer.
Okay, we are still fine. Yeah, we'll physically attack.
Whoopsie, Lily.
I easily got to Lissandra with Yi, but spamming spells with him, she just destroyed me. Yeah.
Dreams bloom where hope.
By the way, what region Yumi takes if they're both Bandle City and Targon? She is a Bandle City champion. That's what she counts for.
Don't judge a bud before it's bloom.
Yeah, we can drop this. That usually counts for your constellation materials. Is, yeah, Bandle.
Don't trip. Don't trip.
This is showing that it's going to count, but I don't think it will.
Don't judge a bud before it's bloom.
Open wide, sugar.
Yeah, well.
You won't feel it at first.
I know how to use this.
All right, so we're going to try this here. Normally, this didn't used to work. Like, yes, while she's trying to give Scout, normally that happens after the attack is declared, so you don't get your Scout attack.
Don't trip. Don't trip.
Yeah, I think it's just a visual bug. Well,
Open wide, sugar.
All right, so we're going to test it. I don't think this used to not work. I'm pretty sure it's not going to work again. I think it's just going to count as our normal attack, even though it's showing the Scout icon.
A little dream does wonders. Voices are strong.
Okay, yeah, so just making sure that, again, it doesn't work. When you have the bonded bucklers, given the unit next to you Scout, that still doesn't actually work for your Scout attack because they get Scout, like, after the attack has been declared. So I'm pretty sure that is how it was going to work. I just had to make sure. Just another fun little visual bug.
Better things.
I would love to have Azir as a champion, path champion, not just a support. Yeah, that would be very nice. He's often a very good support champion for so many people. He'd be fun to play around with.
Go on, dance. A little dream does wonders.
I'll be quick.
Alright, GG.
Are strong.
I'd love Xerath, but he'll feel very different control champ with a fun playstyle. Yeah, Xerath would be pretty awesome. Pretty much all of the Ascended champions would be pretty great.
Dream well.
Hopefully they just also fix Nasus to make him feel a little bit better. Oh, it's freaking out again. We'll go for the Spritelings. Alright, so just Aurelian Soul with Unyielding Determination.
Naturally.
I'm waiting for Ari to have my recall shenanigans to Path of Champions. Yes, we need a ally recall deck. That's one of the playstyles. We just don't have anything close to it right now. So that would be something good to have, is Ari. Yeah, a lot more, or a couple more Freljord or Shreema champs would be quite nice. Alright, perfect. A hand mostly full of Lillia.
Close your eyes and dream with me.
That's not too bad. Especially because we'll be able to get another strike off, which means we get more cost reduction. This is going to be very good.
Dreams bloom where hope takes root.
we could use one of these. Yeah, I think this will actually be a bit better.
Does wonders. Uh-oh, look out.
Because then we can play another Lillia,
Let's face the world straight together.
and then we can play this for free to sleep it.
Go on.
And then we can play one more, so we can once again get 4 Lillias in a single turn. I don't know how we'll benefit from recalling our own units. So it synergizes very well with a lot of play effects.
Don't trip. Don't trip.
But then also they can have, like, when you recall a unit,
Little dream does
buff it up so that when you recall it again or play it again, it's more powerful. So you could have a scaling element to it.
Don't judge a bud before its bloom. Where things are strong.
Oh my word, we're going to be able to put her to sleep as well. So we have 4 Lillias
Are strong.
asleep on our board, all ready to get resummoned next round. So when they get resummoned, they're all going to be triggering their Guardian Orbs and triggering the star powers, so they are all going to be massive. Oh my word. They have like 4 Reckoner's Mark
A little
each.
dream does wonders. Go on, dance. Where things are strong. Dreams big and small. I'll carry them home.
They can imagine something really creative. LOR team is pretty good at that. Alright, so we can put these to sleep and they'll immediately wake back up. We do have the issue that they might stun us, although their stuns are fast, so it's not like it really is going to matter.
A
Sure,
little
let's
dream does wonders.
see what sort of scaling we can get.
Sleep and dream of better things. A little dream does wonders. Go on, dance. Where things are strong.
So I think we have the mana refill, so we could literally play this forever and just keep scaling.
Don't trip.
But we'll try to get our scout attack off here.
A little dream does wonders. Where things are strong.
Alright, GG. Infinite Lillia printing? Yeah, we could just sit here all day printing Lillias.
Oh, are they afraid of us?
Oh, so those are some pretty fun Lillia shenanigans. Yeah, the 5-star of getting that extra mana, really nice. You can just immediately start playing your Lillias round 1. That's fantastic. The 4-star of the Overwhelm, it's probably the least impactful Overwhelm out of anyone that has it. So like the other people, like especially Gwen and Viego, for both of them, Overwhelm, absolutely fantastic. For Lillia, though, it doesn't normally come into play as much. So it's okay, but not really that great of a 4-star. Alright, that's not too bad. So we have a couple other ones we're going to be trying. So for one, we have Samira. We haven't really played her like at all since she's gotten her constellation. So we're able to get the Nexus Health and reroll, but the big thing is spells with 4 or more costs you acquire in adventures have Forbidden Idol. This is really awesome, because especially you get a 4-cost spell with Plunder at cost 3 less, so it can be a 1-cost spell. This is kind of the main important node that kind of just opens up everything for you. This is kind of like the Pyromantic Wake in the Swain constellation. That same sort of upgrade that's not a star power, but really changes how you can play. So this is one that we'll be doing. And then the other one is Nora. For Nora, we have all of the like kind of side upgrades. So champions have Portal Pals, Gold, Yorl Captain, Vampiric Scepter, Cosmic Binding with some more damage. Followers have Ancient Coin that costs 4 or more. And then we got her 4-star, so Game Star to summon a Disciple. This should be pretty interesting. It should count as a created unit, but then also it says recall me, transform me into the wind. That is a spell that has draw. So draw is really important to try to get some more of your portals. So that will be an interesting one. But I think we'll do both of those tomorrow. I have some videos to make, so I think that's where we will call it today. Thank you all for hanging out for me a bit, though. We will still be streaming tomorrow, and we'll probably start off with both of those. Purchased Pike Relic, and I wasn't able to play him in 2 adventures. I died early. I want a refund. I mean, it depends on the build you're going with for your Pike. Because, yeah, for the build I use for Pike, I have the same issue where you go for a build like no Echoing Spirit, build with... What was the other card I'd throw in here? Could do Packed Powder. Would I go with the Echoing Spirit? Maybe, actually. Yeah, actually, I did do Echoing Spirit. That's right. So, to get a whole bunch of your deaths from below... Actually, wait, no, I used Stalker's Blade. That's what it was. Stalker's Blade. So this way, you're playing Pike later, but when you do play him, he's going to do a ton of damage and normally be able to level up, but... Yeah, quite often you have the same issue that you never end up playing your Pike just because you're rolling over the enemy so fast. He's kind of just like your backup plan. But can you please show Yi build quickly? Sure. So if you need to try to put on a ton of pressure round 1, this is the best way to go. If you can wait a little bit and try to rely on some other way to get mana, you could go for Secret Technique to get a whole bunch of extra stats, but this is like the round 1 pressure, push as much damage as you can. Anyways, yeah, thank you all for hanging out for a bit. We'll be streaming again tomorrow. I hope to see you all there, and hope you all just have a great rest of your day. See ya.